What's going on, everyone? Ty Moore with Ty Moore Tech here, and today we are talking about all the cords. What is going on with all the cords? I have a lot of people ask me things about these different cords. Will your cord charge my phone? What does that cord do? How can I charge my phone with a cord? Which ones can I use? What do they go to? Where do I keep them? Do I need this one? Will that cord fit in this thing? It's insane, people. There are so many different cords. Starting off, a little baby USB-A to micro USB. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, dig in, because we're about to go through it. We're primarily talking about cords for your technology. That was dumb. Of course we're talking about cords for your technology. You don't need cords for anything else. So, mainly for like smartphones, cameras, that sort of thing is what we're talking about. So first up, USB-A. And so what this is it's a little rectangular dealy-wop. We're going to put it up on the screen here, what that picture looks like. USB-A is this wide rectangle. This is going to go on a lot of devices. You probably have a bunch of stuff around your house that either currently fits or used to fit USB-A. And so that's going to go in something like this. A big brick fits USB-A. For a very long time, iPhones used USB-A to Lightning. So what am I talking about with Lightning? Here we go. Old Lightning cord. USB-A to Lightning. Now you might be saying, what is Lightning? Lightning is the little pin deal that goes into the bottom of your iPhone. It's a little square, a little tiny rectangle piece that goes into the bottom of your iPhone. What's cool about these is they work either direction. This way, or if it gets flipped over and goes this way. That was huge. So USB-A did not have that feature because it had to go in one direction. There's only one way for it to fit in. You try to stick it in the other way, and you got problems, people. It's not going in. You had to flip it the correct direction. Lightning did away with that. Before Lightning, there was 30-pin. Shout out to 30-pin, folks. This is what the old 30-pin used to look like, and it was awful. So they did Lightning. So USB-A to Lightning was pretty traditional. This year, however, Apple got on the USB-C train. So there's USB-A, which has been around for a long time. USB-C is a newer USB. And so what that looks like is right here. So this is like an inverted little rectangle. You could maybe say oval. It's curved at the edges. But what's different about this one than USB-C is it's shorter, narrower, but it's also reversible like Lightning. It'll go in either way, up or down. And you might have something that fits this. The new MacBooks are USB-C, but a lot of other companies have been doing USB-C for a long time. So you might have other hardware around the house that's USB-C. What's different about this than Lightning is that it's hollow on the inside. And so there's a little, if you look closely inside your USB-C device, this is actually fitting over a really thin piece of plastic that it slides into. USB-C is nicer than USB-A because it's flip-floppable. And it'll do faster charging. It'll transfer data faster. And now, in the box for the new iPhones is USB-C to Lightning. I know that sounds confusing, but it's this USB-C to this little Lightning dongle that goes into your iPhone. Now, why not USB-C to USB-C, you might ask? Because many phone companies are doing that. You have a USB-C for charging your phone into USB-C on your phone. For a long time, Apple has had their very own proprietary charging. So the 30 pin was a way that iPhone used to charge, the big fat 30 pin. And around this time, other companies had their own proprietary stuff too. Motorola used to have their own, BlackBerry, blah, blah, blah. They all kind of used their own way of charging. Then everybody started moving over to one way to do it, which was micro USB. So this is a USB-A, that traditional short, wide rectangle, to micro USB. And so this was just a way to make a small little charging port in your phone. So I've got right here, this is a wireless charger by Samsung. And this was nice. This was a step up because it's a lot smaller than USB-A, but it still has to go in one way. There's only one way for it to go, and so you've got the flat side and then kind of rounded corners to a shorter top end. And so you had to figure out where that goes, and it's also got that little piece of plastic in there that this little hollow part has to go around. So for a long time, a lot of companies have used micro USB. And in recent years, they've started moving away from micro USB, this little guy, to USB-C, this little guy. The hollow one that is even all the way around and can go in vice versa. So most companies are doing away with micro USB, at least in their phones. Lots of people are switching to USB-C. One of the reasons for this is that it's convenient. USB-C is becoming the new standard. It's going to charge faster. You got quick charging. It'll transfer data really quickly. It is going to be more and more common. In fact, much of Apple has switched over to USB-C. Their charging of their MacBooks has been USB-C. I don't know what they're going to do with the new ones. They might switch over to some sort of MagSafe, but currently it's USB-C. So maybe it's possible in the future that iPhones will start switching over to USB-C. Now, will these work across one another? Absolutely not. If you have an Apple device, if you have an iPhone, you have to use a lightning cord, a cord with lightning in it. In the box for the iPhone 12s was a USB-C to lightning, which means you need a brick that's got USB-C on it, no longer USB-A like these old bricks. So you need something shorter, narrower than the USB-A, because they're not doing that in the box anymore. Your old cords will still work in USB-A if you want to go that route. But USB-C is starting to be where everything is at. Even Apple switched over the cord in their box to USB-C to Lightning. So the port on their iPhone is still the Lightning port, which is this guy. It's reversible, but it is different than USB-C because this is a solid, you could say, male end, versus USB-C, which looks very similar, but it's hollow. You could say a female end that goes into a USB-C plug like this. USB-C has that little plastic tongue, it looks like, inside of there. I would not plan on getting rid of all your Apple cords. So, let's review. USB-A is this guy, wider, short rectangle, not reversible. Older, doesn't work as well, slower. USB-C, much newer, reversible up and down, transfers data faster, gives you faster charging. In between the two of these was micro USB. This is starting to go away because it was a little more fragile. You couldn't do as much with it, and everybody's moving to USB-C. USB-A is going to be around for a while because of all the outlets that have been made with USB-A. It's still pretty standard for a lot of things. If it charges via USB-C, a lot of times there's a cord that goes back to USB-A so you can charge it. And finally, Apple's very own Lightning cable, which is the metal male end with the little lines on each side because it's reversible up and down in your phone. Objectively, USB-C is better than Lightning. Data transfers faster. You get faster charging out of it. Apple just likes their very own cord. Some of their devices have switched to USB-C. Their iPads, for instance, some of the iPads have switched over to USB-C. So your USB-C cords that maybe you might use on a Galaxy phone will work on an iPad. However, that is not the case yet on iPhones. Whether or not they will do USB-C, I do not know. But currently, you need a lightning cable. And until the day where everybody just moves to the same cord and we can all throw out all these other cords, we will be left to hang on to a bunch of these cords, throw them into a drawer, just in case you need them for something else. Long cords, short cords, twirly cords, flat cords, round cords, cords for days. I've got cords all over the place. I know you feel my pain. There are solutions to all of these cord problems. What I have found to be most helpful is these little baggies. So this is a gigantic one. If you're like me and you have lots of devices and cords, you can use this. I've actually slimmed down as of late, so I don't use this one as much anymore. It's kind of an overflow pouch. This one has some of my GoPro stuff in it and some extra cords. This little guy, it's BUBM, be unique, be myself. Unique fashion style. I have a very unique fashion style, people have said. Unique. That's what it is. And you just slide this guy open, and there's all kinds of different spots for your cords. It's in disarray. I'm a little ashamed to show it to you right now. But it's got all these little loopies, so you can slam your cords in there. I will put this in our luggage to take on trips so that I've got all of our cords. Since Apple's new iPhones, instead of coming with the USB-A to Lightning, they came USB-C to Lightning. Now I have to change all the little bricks and cords in there, so I can pretty much do away with my USB-A to Lightning cables. But I just can't. I cling to my cables just in case I need them, which is insane because I have more phone cables than I need, and I still don't want to get rid of them. I guess I'm just trained to hold on to them. Well done, Apple. I've been brainwashed into holding on to all my cords. I know you feel my pain. I would like to get rid of my cords as well. Maybe someday, folks. Until then, find a good way to organize your cords. There are a million different cord organizers out there on the W's, so you can find all kinds to organize your cords. I like to use a little Velcro strappies so that I can keep my cords nice and flat like this, and it just wraps around. Keeps everything so neatly packed in there. Isn't that just the cutest little bundle of joy? All right, y'all. That is all I have to say on micro USB, USB-C, USB-A, and Lightning cords. I hope this video helped to uncomplicate some of this complicated mess until all of these companies get together and say, hey, let's simplify everybody's life by uncomplicating this complicated technology. I'll be here to uncomplicate your complicated technology, to simplify your life, and I hope you'll come back for more. Thanks. Look at this. This is the tiniest little cord. This is such a baby little cord. I've got round cords and flat cords and braided nylon cords and twisty cords. I got cords for days, and I bet you do too. It was not difficult for me to find all these. I don't know where USB-B went. Maybe it was too hard to say. USB-B. See how it looks like a little mouth with a tongue sticking out? That's not going in the video. I hope that I untangled some of your tangles. Complicated cords? That's a lot of cuz. all over me. I can't get.